Hello, my author friends. I am so excited you're here for our live Q&A that I do every other Thursday. And I'm Tamara Monosoff. I'm a book launch strategist, #1 Amazon bestselling author. And I come here to help you get those questions to those answers that my intention is to help you move forward. Sometimes we have things that just get us hung up or stuck in this process of publishing, launching, and marketing our books. And if you're in the process of just writing your books right now, this is great to learn about all of these things and ask these questions ahead of time. And if you've already published, what are the things that you can do, maybe small shifts that you can make so that you can increase your book sales and your visibility, as well as bring attention to the other products, programs, and services that you offer. Say hello in the chat. I see that you're here. I'm so happy you're joining me. So please do say hello so I can see who is here with me. And also, if you see that, let me post it actually. There's a link above in the comments. I believe it's above, where if you, hello, welcome. If you click on the link, it says right here, streamyard.com/Facebook. It should be above in the description. If you click on it, and then it's like one more click after that, you're giving permission for StreamYard and Facebook to connect, and then I can see your profile picture so I know who I'm speaking to, and I just love that. So do say hello in the chat. I am so excited to be here with you today because I was thinking about, let me just jump on over. Oh, hey, hi, Ivory, and hello to the other person. Say who it is, please. I'd love to see you, or just say your name. People get hung up on marketing and really important ways to efficiently market your book. And I want to talk about how to take baby steps towards this, because for some of us, I know that people don't believe me when I say that I'm introverted, but I actually am because I had to overcome a lot of fear that I had when I first started live streaming, when I first started going on television shows, talking about my book, national scale, Today Show, Good Morning America, CNN. I never imagined that would happen for me. And I had to step up and do the thing that scared me the most, which was to go live. And, as an author, you're you are it. It's a little bit different. I feel like when you go, I would watch people on shows, and if they're representing, they have a role and they're representing another company. Like their role is to do something for that company. I feel like if you're representing someone else, it's almost like a safety net sort of feeling. But when you put yourself out there yourself as the author, I understand that it can feel really overwhelming and feel scary. I mean, even though I'm extremely experienced in now live streaming, I still get excited and a little nervous when I do these, even though I've done them for years and years. And sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between excitement and nervousness. And I think they're kind of interconnected. So I just want you to give yourself some grace and to give yourself some, just some self-love, and know that it's really okay if you're feeling overwhelmed about the visibility aspect of building an author platform. So I am going to give you 5 strategies to market your books and sell more books today. And again, just take a breath. In fact, let's just do that together, and just recognize when you see the items on the list, to notice your response. Are you instantly going, I would never do that? Or, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do that. If any of that fear instantly comes up, type it in the comments and just let me know, like, yeah, this is scaring me. And because the most important thing when we learn anything new is to just take small steps forward and push ourselves a little bit, right? And I'm going to give you some safety steps. What I mean by that is I may ask you to live stream like this, but I also can show you or tell you a couple of ways that you can do it incrementally until you feel like you have it down and you're feeling more confident. So type in the chat if this would be helpful for you. I want to see some yeses, please. Okay, so, all right, let me go here. So I'm going to talk about 5 creative ways. This will be very relevant for you, Ivory, because I know you're joining the mastermind and you also have just published your book on caregiving. So that is super exciting. And so these are some of the things that you can start to think about to generate more sales and visibility for your book. All right, let me jump on over. Yes. Okay, great. All right. StreamYard is not showing up. Where is it? Oh, refresh your screen. So you just go to refresh the little, just refresh the page and it will show up. You can scroll down and I will be there. So let me just make sure everything is working okay. Just give me a sec because that is a little surprising. I'm there. I see myself. So you just need to refresh the screen. Okay, so just refresh, scroll down. You're going to see me in my green shirt and I'm waving at you right now. So I'm all here. Okay, welcome if you just joined. We are going to dive right into 5 creative ways to market and sell your books. And we talked about how to pay attention if any of this kind of causes you some stress or concern about taking these steps. And please let me know in the chat which ones excite you or which ones you're like, oh my gosh, the thought of live streaming like this just makes me want to jump under the covers of my bed and pull the covers over my head. So just let me know what's happening for you. Okay, so let's jump right in. And so here's number 1. So number 1 is to leverage social media platforms. I know you know this, but sometimes we feel overwhelmed because we think, oh my gosh, I have to be over on this platform and that platform, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, which is now X, or whatever or even, some people are even doing other types of platforms. But the thing is that you don't have to. You do not have to. Where your audience is where you want to be. So even for you, Ivory, with caregivers, I would probably focus on Facebook, honestly. And another really great strategy is to join groups. So you can go onto Facebook, and by the way, if you have a business book, LinkedIn, and if you Instagram, you can do the search box wherever you want, wherever your audience is. You can go to the search box and type in groups. So you could type in caregiving. You could type in, one of my authors, cyberspace security. You could talk about aging. You could talk about Alzheimer's, divorce, marriage, whatever it is. Type that in. You will be shocked at how many opportunities and groups there are available. And you can scroll through, see which ones feel like they're in the most alignment with you. And then you can ask to join the group. Now, the most important thing is you're not promotional in these groups, okay? It's really important. You follow their rules, but you also can contribute. So if people are asking questions and you happen to have an answer, you can reply to that person and just say, yeah, this is what I found to be helpful. You may be an expert in this topic, but you don't say, I'm an expert in this topic, come over to my page. You don't want to ever do that or you'll be kicked out of the group. So instead, reply to that person and just say, I found this strategy to be helpful, or here's a link to a resource that may be of benefit for you. So jump in and start being helpful and supportive of other people in other groups. And I'm sure you've done this before, but I do this when I join a group and then someone makes a really interesting comment. I immediately click on their profile to learn more about them. So this is an incredible opportunity for you, because if you're answering the questions and the person's like, who is this person answering these questions? Then they click on your profile and they see that you're the expert in the field or you have a book on the topic. This is a perfect opportunity for you to connect with your audience and also invite people to join your group, right? They come over to you, they ask you a question, you say, oh, I have a group that I offer talking about this topic and you're welcome to join, these types of things. And you can do this through messaging them back and forth, right? Private messaging them, or they could, they may actually put something in the comments and you'll just say, oh yes, I have a book on the topic, but you don't put the book title, again, not to be promotional in someone else's group. You could say, I have a book on the topic. If you're interested, you can always private message me, right? So these are the types of things. So just be really respectful of these other groups, but it's a great way to start connecting with other people that are in these groups that are speaking about the same topics that you are. And you never know, the group leader who may not maybe cover your area of expertise may see how helpful you are and then invite you to be a guest, like for a podcast, or to be featured in the newsletter, or to partner in some way. Like it could be a joint venture partnership. So I'm just putting out all of these ideas to see, with the hope that something like this can resonate for you. So if this is helpful, say hello and put yes in the chat. Yes. Okay. So let's go to number 2. Now, we hear about this all the time. We need to build an author platform if we're going to be successful in selling books. And so at the most basic level, again, it's really important when we say author platform, everybody just goes, what? It gets very overwhelming. So it's important to just chunk this down. What are the action steps that actually need to be done? And what's a baby step I can take right now to make that happen? So if you already have a website, you have a book that just came out, you'll want to feature that book on your homepage, right? And link it to Amazon. And then if you want them to learn more about that book, they could also, could link to a full book description page on your website. If you have other products, programs, and services, or mastermind groups, or retreats, or whatever it is you're doing, you will want to have that book. You can link to another page where it has like all of the benefits that the reader is going to get from reading it, and hyperlink so that they are selling or buying it directly on Amazon, right? So this is really important. Plus, people check out your webpage to see your credibility. They want to learn more about you. And they also want to see, are you a credible source, especially for nonfiction, right? So they're going to want to get to know you. And plus, it's a great opportunity for you, because if you are offering other things like workshops or online classes or whatever it is, then your people are going to come there and learn more about what you have to offer, right? So again, another way to create more visibility and start really from the foundation level, building your author platform. Okay. And also it allows you to, get people to join your list. Don't forget this. This is, again, I've mentioned this so many times, I know, but I can't express how important it is on your homepage to have an opt-in, which means that people give your name and email for exchange for something else. You can also invite them to join you in your Facebook group or on your LinkedIn page, or wherever you want them to be. And so please know that these are all just steps in the process. You don't have to do everything at once, but I'd love for you to take a baby step towards this. And if you could do this every single week, you'll be amazed how quickly you actually create this strong foundation. So please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And would you join? Okay. Hello. I can't see who you are, but here we go. Would you join a group as your page or your personal account? This is such a good question. So it's usually best to have a page, an author page, right? So this is the page where people know that they go. This is where you are representing yourself as the author of this book. And, and if you're going to offer like retreats, workshops, online classes, a membership, whatever it is that you're going to offer, this is going to be the group that knows you, trusts you. You're talking about the content. You're asking them to share. You're doing polls in there to see what questions they may have. I mean, you're really working in your group to engage with people, just like we're interacting right now. That's exactly what you're doing, right? So it's good to establish a page that is associated with your professional side. Now, the caveat is, and where this gets a little complicated, is when I was featured on the Today Show with my book, when I had thousands of people go Google my name, research my name, and then they requested to join my personal page on Facebook. And it's like, well, that's my personal page. But then I decided, okay, I'm going to accept them because of what? Of course, I'm going to connect with them. So I have, a lot of people on my personal page that are, because they Googled my name after seeing the book and they wanted to learn more about me. And then when they typed in my name, it showed up as my personal page. So I, of course, accepted their friendship. And then you can go ahead and let people know on your personal page, I'm so excited because I have this group specifically for my book. And we're going to be talking about, and then whatever your topic is. And if this speaks to you, if this is something that's of interest to you, please, here's the link, join us. I want to meet you. Right? So if people do end up going to your personal page, just keep inviting them back over to wherever it is that you want them to go. And but I would establish a professional page that is associated with your book and your book launch, and then but it can also be expanded to whatever the work is that you're offering, like beyond the book, right? Because the book is one resource, but you're going to be offering all sorts of resources you probably already do. You are an expert or a coach or something, and you have this knowledge and expertise, or you've spent years in the industry, whatever it is. So you have so much to offer in addition to the book. You see what I mean? Was that helpful? Did I answer your question? I hope so. Okay, let me go back now to number 3. Okay, target a specific audience. So it's really important. I've had many authors say to me, I don't know how to market because my book is for everyone. Okay. And what I really want you to think about is, if you feel that way, really, okay, it's for everyone. Think about, but who is it for like the most? Get yourself to really think about it, because it really helps to focus on your readers who will benefit the most from your book, right? So pretty much there is an audience if you really think about it. And so it's really important to identify who those people are. And again, you can search, as I said earlier, you can search in relevant groups and start to connect with people, because I know that a lot of people, you may create a group for your book and your topic, and then you're like, nobody comes. Like, I don't know what to do. And so what this group strategy is so important, right? Because it's somebody else's group on your topic, and you are just being super helpful and generous, right? You're not being promotional, you're being generous. And that is going to pay off for you, I promise. Like, that's actually going to help you over time. It takes time, but it will help you over time. And then, of course, you can invite people. If your group is empty, the group, I'm saying, like, let's say you create a group on social media, and like a group page, like I have my private author to income group that I'm streaming in right now, right? You'll be just inviting people all the time through your email, no matter where you are. You're going to be inviting people, and that will slowly build over time as well. Okay, so I hope that is helpful as well. So get specific about your audience, because if you have a nonfiction book, and even fiction, I mean, if your story is a romance story, you're probably going to target it to adults, right? Unless it's a young adult fantasy type book, children's book, whatever it is. But you want to make sure that you are targeting a bit so that you can focus, and then you're going to start to gain more traction more quickly than if you just say generically, oh, this book's for everybody. I hope that makes sense. Okay, put your questions in the comments. Okay, my dears. Okay, we don't talk about this very often. I wanted to say, don't estimate local partnerships. And what I mean is, when you are launching your book, first of all, if you launch it on Amazon, you can always order copies at cost, the cost of printing, which is awesome. So I kind of imagine that Amazon is my personal printing press, because I did it the hard way. Trust me, I learned the hard way. I went through a traditional printing press. My books cost so much to print. And then I ordered all of these copies. They were in my garage for years. That is not the suggestion I have for you today. I'm always speaking about Amazon, because it's print on demand. So when you have published your book, you can order copies, as many as I think it's up to 100 at a time or something. You can order copies of your book. I need to cross-check that, because I think it might be actually more. It may be 1,000. I'll double check for sure and put that into the underneath the comments. But you can order copies through Kindle Direct Publishing, and imagine it's at your printing press. So let's say your book costs $3.50 and you're charging $15 for your book. There's great profit there. Then you can order copies of your book. And you can, before you go though, go speak to the cafe owner, to the library, the person who works at the manager of the library, the local library, the local bookstores. They are all looking to bring people into their establishments. They need people. So it's a perfect opportunity for them as well. So, if you're feeling shy, like, oh my gosh, I feel awkward going in there and talking to them. No, they need you. I just did this a couple of days ago, and now I'm going to be doing this really cool thing. So locally on next Wednesday, on Valentine's Day. So people, they get really excited, especially locally, because they're trying to figure out, okay, how can we create more business? How can we get more people into our space, into our establishment? And it bodes well for them, because if you're bringing people in and you're sharing your book, or you do a reading of your book, or you're doing something related to your book, then it brings in this kind of excitement, and it lets people know who you are locally. And by the way, do not ever forget to get a photo opportunity. So let's say you've pre-ordered, let's say 25 copies of your book. You're going to be doing this reading at a local cafe, and everyone's listening, and it's so cool, and people are buying your book from you, and you're making more profit because you've bought them at $3.50 and you're selling them for $15, and people are buying it. Then you get pictures of them holding their book, pictures of them with you while they're holding your book. These pictures are invaluable, because then you can use them to market your book all over the place, right? All over social media, on your website. It is invaluable. Then you can also ask them to post a review on Amazon for you, because now they've had a personal connection with you, the author. And so they're going to even be more excited. But be sure and ask. People don't think of this automatically. You have to ask for the review. If you love the book, I would be so grateful for a review. And so this is the kind of thing you can start to do in a local level, but it pays off nationally and globally, because now you can even have someone take a picture of you speaking in this venue, whatever the venue is. And, make sure to ask someone, bring along a friend to take or family member, whoever, to take a picture of you speaking in front of this audience. And that can also help you get other speaking opportunities. Once people see pictures of you speaking and people looking at you interested, that will help you also at a national and global level, because you're able to use these photos all over social media, and it helps build your author platform into a whole nother level. So really consider local opportunities that you can create very easily. Okay, I hope that helps. It's actually quite fun. Okay, let me jump over, make sure I'm answering any questions. Yeah, thank you, Ivory. It is 99. I was seeing that 999, and I was like, I remember that, but I just thank you so much for confirming. I'm so glad. Perfect. So you can order, thanks to Ivory, on Kindle Direct Publishing. It's 999 copies, but I would suggest not doing that. If you have an event that you're going to, by the way, if you are asked to speak at an event, like let's say you're a caregiving event, that's for Ivory, women's retreat, or wherever it is, a corporate event. I was asked to speak. A lot of magazines have annual events. That's awesome opportunity, by the way. I spoke for Country Living magazine. I did things for entrepreneurs. So when you're asked to speak at these venues, by the way, you can have these books that Ivory was just confirming that we can get copies of the books. You could, let's say it's going to be an event with 100 people. You could have 100 copies of that book shipped to yourself at the hotel, so you're not having to lug it, unless it's local, and then you could put it in your car. But let's say, like I did these events, I had to fly across the country, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I don't want to carry these books with me. I just shipped them ahead to myself, giving myself like 3-4 days. I let the hotel know that it was coming, and I had my name all over it and everything, but I shipped directly from Kindle Direct Publishing to myself at the hotel, so that I had access to all of those copies of the books for the event. Okay, so I know I'm like giving you tons of different ideas, so I'm hoping this is sparking some thoughts for you. If anything's coming clear for you, please say something in the comments. I'd love to hear. And if you're watching the replay, it's not too late. You can put your questions in the comments as well, and I would love to hear from you. Okay, my dears, we've got 5 minutes left, so if anything's sparking, do let me know, and I'm going to make sure to cover number 5. Okay. Thank you so much. Ivory says wonderful info. Hooray. Okay, so let's go over to number 5. I'd love for you to consider exclusive content for your readers. Now, if you have not published your book yet, you can put something special in your book that only readers can access. I had one author, it was such a cool thing. He was a psychologist, and he did worked with couples, and he had a whole book about love and communication. And so inside the book, he had an audio that was not available anywhere else. Nobody could have access to it unless they purchased that book. And it was an audio about, it was something really spicy, like, 20 romantic things you can do with your significant other to spice up your love life any day of the year, or something like that. I mean, I'm making up that title, but I was like, I guess I've got Valentine's on my mind. But I was like, that is awesome, right? Because it doesn't, you're already like interested in the topic. And then now you know that when you get the book, you're going to get an audio with all these tips about how to spice up your love life. Wow. Doesn't that make you kind of want to know more? So think about what you might want to include in your book as well. And if you've already published it, it's not too late. You can give people, invite people over to your webpage, and they can get that something special, not the special thing that's in the book, that's exclusive. But you can give something spicy for sure, or interesting or helpful, whatever it is, on your homepage for your opt-in. And make sure, they're going to see your book cover, and then make sure to say, and you can even just say, like, listen, if you show me the receipt, this is actually a really good strategy. If you show me your Amazon receipt that you've purchased a copy of your book, then I'm going to give you something special. You're going to get whatever it is. And, if you're trying to grow your coaching practice, it could be a 20-minute call with you. It could be invitation to your group to talk about these topics, whatever it is. So just get creative, and really the goal here is to explore and try new things, and not to be afraid if something doesn't work. It's okay. I'm trying things all the time. And so I just want you to give yourself permission and know it's really okay to put yourself out there and explore new things. And I did want to say something, because I forgot to say it earlier, and I think it was under, where is it? Yeah, okay, it was actually under number 1, but I got so involved in talking about things. I wanted to just say this. I'm live streaming, as you know, right now, talking to you. And so, but one of the cool things, let's say the idea of doing this is like, you need a baby step first. Like, you're just like, Tamara, there's no way I'm hitting that go live button. And I know, I'm looking at that go live button too. And it's exciting, to click that button. But I understand that if you're new to all this, you're just sitting there going, I am not hitting that button. So one of the cool features about StreamYard, which is what I'm using right now, and I just tested it the other day and it worked perfectly, is that you can record a video by yourself. Like, imagine you just turn on your webcam, or you do it in Zoom or Loom or whatever you're doing to record videos, or your phone, okay, whatever it is that you're doing to record. You can record it, and then in StreamYard, you can now upload a pre-recorded video. And when you click on the button to go like stream into your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, wherever it is that you want to stream, and you can do that on StreamYard. You can do it simulcast. You could do it to all different platforms at the same time. That you can do it with a pre-recorded video. And the reason why that's great for you is because you have already approved your video. You feel like, okay, I feel like I like how I'm coming across in this one. It may have taken you 20 tries. Trust me, I have that experience too. It takes a while to get to a comfortable place, but at least you're not live streaming yet. And you can practice this way. Then, if you're like, there's no way I'm going to be even posting a video anywhere, this is what I suggest you do. You can create, oh my gosh, we're at time, so I'm going to talk really fast. You can create a Facebook group, post it as private, and it's only you. So when you're doing StreamYard and practicing live streaming or practicing uploading your pre-recorded video, and then you click the button and it seems like to people that you're live streaming, then you can have it go to your practice group. This is your group where there's no other members but you. And then you can go over there and actually see on the page, just like this, when people are logging in later today to watch this replay, then they're going to see, you're going to be able to see yourself on the page and see what it looks like. Okay, because I know that sometimes you're like, if I live stream, oh my gosh, like I have no idea what it's going to look like. So I just want you to know that create a private group for yourself and practice, 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 and it's going to get easier, I promise. Okay. And you can also have like, oh, let me just tell you, since we're 1 minute over, and let me just make sure that anybody had any other thing. Oh, good, good, good. I'm glad this is so helpful. Yay. Thank you. Just one last thing. So in 4 days, I'm launching the Get It Done Book Marketing Mastermind group. I know some of you here are already in there, and I can't wait for us to get started. So I just want to let you know that we're going to be not only creating your book marketing plan of action, you know, planning sometimes feels overwhelming, but we're going to really focus on you and what you want to create. And look, if you're too shy to live stream, I'm not going to say you have to live stream. I'm going to give you tools like I just shared with you. Create a group just for you and practice by doing pre-recorded videos. These kinds of things, you see, we're going to tailor it based on your personality, whether you're shy, introverted, outgoing, whatever it is. We're going to focus on you so that your plan actually works, because I think we get overwhelmed and we shut down and then we don't do anything. And that's why I'm going to be here for you to make sure that you have success with your plan and then taking those baby steps and building these new habits. So I hope that you'll consider joining me. I'm going to put the link up here on the screen, and there it is. I can put it in the comments below because then you'll just be able to click it. But it's the Get It Done Marketing Mastermind. We're starting next Tuesday. We're doing two sessions the first week, and then we'll meet every other week for 3 months, because consistency, showing up for each other, cheering each other on, having fun, accountability, all of it is there. And I'm going to be there for you. And we are going to support each other so that we successfully sell our books. And most importantly, get your book and business out there in a way that really helps people and takes your business to the next level. Okay. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.